What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about Phoenix Resale, who has decided to open a video game store. Alright, so you may remember about a year ago, he had this video called The Brutal Reality of Owning a Video Game Store. It actually did quite well for his channel. I think it's actually his most successful video, where he's talking to this dork over here that doesn't know what he's doing. Blah, blah, blah. Video game stores are bad. You shouldn't open one. They run terrible. Blah, you have to sell Pokemon cards to sustain it. Blah, 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 you know, just making video game stores look bad. And, you know, I haven't done reseller content in a while. I was actually taking a pretty big break, and I was going to wait until July to make this video, but screw it. This is just too good. Well, then that ass Frankie put out this video 6 days ago, The Chaotic Reality of Opening a Video Game Store. So he definitely likes that title. And this isn't actually about him opening his video game store. This is about his friend, I believe, Nerd Nation is the guy, and he seems like a pretty cool guy, I guess. I don't really know that much about him. And then, you know, Mr. Rick is there, you know, standing tall. That's a short joke. But back to the video at hand. I swore I'd never open a video game store. Put out 13 days ago. We're going to look at these comments in just a little bit here. They are brutal.
I've been flipping video games online for 6 years now, and for that entire time, I have sworn I would never open a video game store. I didn't like the idea of the overhead.
I mean, dog, you already got overhead. You have like 9 employees, man. I'm assuming here that he wasn't able to rent space without having like a brick and mortar retail storefront. So he's kind of forced into it. Despite the fact that he doesn't fucking bring that up, I think that's what the case is. All right, so right here, yeah, that's right. Pucker up, Caleb, because it's time to kiss my ass.
I can't tell if it's a bit or not.
Okay, so right over here where this purple shit is, that's this huge room that he claims is a little bit bigger than twice the size of his basement. And that's where the online inventory is going to go for Amazon, you know, his quick flips or whatever. And then over here, this tiny little diamond right here, this tiny cute little diamond right here, that's where the storefront's going to be for all the people to come in and sell him collections and games, because I really don't think he expects people to buy games from his store. And, you know, if he's paying people above price charting for games to sell on Amazon, he's not going to sell them for like $2 more in his store. And I don't think he realizes how stupid that is, because in Kentucky, people are not paying $50 for Wii Sports. So if he's going in this with the mindset that he's probably not expecting to make a lot in sales, this is more of just a way for him to get trade-ins and collections brought into the store that he can buy and then sell elsewhere on Amazon. He's basically doing a shitified version of running a video game store that's not going to stay in business for very long, because there will not be any regulars. This is basically a headquarters where you can come in person as a reseller and flip your shit to them, because you're not going to fucking buy anything in that goddamn store. Okay, so yeah, right here, this is the space where the Quick Flips headquarters is going to be. This whole, everything you see right here, that's where that shit's going, right? Okay, and then I fast forwarded to 5 minutes into the video, and now he's finally showing off the space for the game store, and as you can see right there, that shit's small, man. That's so small. It's so small. So that just shows you how low of hopes he has of this being a big part of his business. It's more of an afterthought. And he knows that the YouTuber fan base knows that he doesn't really like game stores or the ideas for game stores. So the fact that he's changing his mind, he knows that saying he's opening a game store is going to, you know, get him a lot of views and stuff. It definitely seems like an afterthought. This fuckbutt probably had to do this. He probably had to have a storefront. That's why I feel that way about that. I'm like, he probably had to have a place where customers come in and do stuff like with his business. He couldn't just rent the space next door and just use it as like a warehouse kind of thing. Now, I will say this. He is planning on tearing this wall out right here to make it a little bit bigger. And then the 2 back rooms, he's getting those torn out to make them a little bit bigger. But it's not going to be as massive as that other room. All right, so right here, you know, he does admit, you know, the restrictions, the basement, he's got to expand his business. If you want to make more money, you need more fucking space. YouTube dependence, so he's saying that they're relying a lot on this channel for views and stuff like that, to promote his business and stuff like that. He thinks that, you know, having this retail store in front of a highway is going to get him a lot of, you know, exposure to new customers and stuff. And that is true. That is true. And then the Amazon dependence thing. So he is anticipating that his Amazon storefront is not long-term sustainable. So he's being kind of forced into it. It's not that he wants to open a game store. He's being forced into it. And that's why this game store is a small portion of this entire lease of building that he got. And he doesn't fucking give a shit. And that right there, folks, is how I know this fucking thing's gonna fail. Because when you open a game store, you gotta like games, and you gotta like running a game store. And he does not plan on running this game store. He plans on having his lackeys do it, and he's just gonna pop in and pop out, on occasion, and make sure that all the numbers match up, because he's a numbers guy. We all know Caleb's a big numbers guy. Okay, lied about making $3 million in sales that one time. It's really like 2.5 million versus 3 million, which, it's just like a little bit of a stretch, but I mean, it's still like $500,000 of a stretch. But when you go 2.5 to 3, it doesn't seem like that much, right? It's only like half more going from 2.5 to 3. But people gave me shit for that. They gave me shit for pointing that out. But like, yeah, I mean, that's $500,000 difference, you dumb sons of bitches. Anyways, I know it's kind of a roundabout way of saying it, but what I'm saying is, like, if you do not have a passion for running a video game store, you should not be opening one, because you will fail. If you open a game store to make money, you're going to fucking fail. You should be wanting to open a game store because you want to provide an experience, bring your community of gamers together, and socialize with them, and provide them a space to shop. And in turn, you will create a loyalty to your business, and people will shop there, and you will make money that way. But if you go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to fucking sell this, oh, I'm going to fucking sell this, and people are just going to show up and buy it for whatever price I, listed for, you're wrong. Oh, look, he's already like kind of laid out how he wants things to go. Oh, that's cool. The layout for his Quick Flips business or whatever. Here's another reason why I think this Bud Sharpie's going to fail with the game store, though, is because remember when Quick Flips was starting out, right? It was called 1UP. And the original plan with that was to make it where you could like, as a collector, download the app, and you could like track your collection. You could look up the pricings of games, and then you could sell directly to him. That was always like, the biggest, important part to him, because that's the part that he makes the money on. And remember, he was going to charge a monthly fee to do this. And then eventually it turned into, it's just a website that you can just sell directly to me. But he spent $100,000 to get this website instead of an app. So it started off as like this thing where you could track your collection as well as sell games to him. And then it ended up just being sell games to him. And now he's opening a video game store where you can come in and shop and sell games to him. What makes you think that it's not just going to turn into you can just come in person and sell games to him, and the shop part is just eliminated altogether? Or like I said, for his landlord, he's probably required to have a storefront. So you go into his store, you'll probably be able to buy like Lego Indiana Jones off the wall. But anything that's like valuable, like Pokemon Fire Red or like Wii Sports, that's all going to be sent to his Amazon store. Also, you got to think about the fact that he has such a terrible reputation on YouTube from all the bridges that he's burned with his viewers. With the GameCube Gambit and then selling the collection off, everybody is really salty with him online, like for the most part. And that's just one thing out of like dozens of things he's done that has pissed other people off. So what makes you think that this business ain't going to go live on Google reviews and just get destroyed like immediately? One last thing about this little sheet. He says that he works like 60 hours a week, right? How many hours do you think it took him to do that? That's probably like 2 or 3 hours right there. And he probably does shit like this all the time. This dude ain't really working, man. He's just slacking off.
One of the busiest streets in all of Lexington, Kentucky, and you can see that from it, we have a very clear sight line straight up to the video game store. Hey, there is a new video game store in town, and its name is Quick Flips Video Games.
I can't believe that he's going to name his video game store that. People are going to see that driving by, and they're going to be like, what the fuck does that mean? Oh yeah, I knew there'd be a marker board at some point of this video. We got to talk about the numbers. Went ahead and did the honors of fast forwarding through that fluff there. So $40,000 for the demo rebuild, which he's going to be credited back in rent, from what he says. Fixtures $15,000 to $20,000. The only one that he estimates within a certain range. $5,000 for operations, $30,000 for inventory, $13,000 for the sign, and then the total was like $110K is what he put at the bottom there. So another $100,000 blown, and You could have just had $200,000. This motherfucker is a goblin, son. Look at that. Look at him. Carrying his little marker board. Why couldn't you just leave the marker board there? Stupid as hell. Let's look at the comments. We got some doozies here. Listen to this. I hope Retro Rick visit you with a bunch of cheap games when you first open. Because he did that. He fucking did. He went to Retro Rick's store the night before. You know, Retro Rick's probably like stressed out to the max, right? He's going to open his video game in the store. It's the first time he's done this. He's probably nervous as hell. But then, oh, here comes Caleb with like multiple totes of poo-poo. Like shit poop. Diarrhea with some shit in it. Gonna go in and ask for 60% off if I bundle up enough. Guys, stop commenting about how you're gonna undercut him. I don't have time to keep liking all your comments. After all the trash he has talked about game stores, good luck. Time for everyone to trade in stacks of bad common games and take the heavies with the credit. Yeah, that's the thing, is like you're not gonna get like a store credit, man. It's gonna be all cash based. So you could go ahead and get that out of your head. This ain't gonna be like regular video game stores. Like I said, I mean, this is going to be a store with a bunch of poop in it because all the good shit's getting sold on Amazon. 120% with confidence, I could say that is going to be the case. Because why would he sell you something like Fire Red that he could sell for 130, 40, 50 bucks? Actually, I think it's close to 200 on Amazon. I don't know. It's hard to keep up. But yeah, why would he sell it to you for like $125 price charting value when he probably paid like 110 for it? And he could sell it on Amazon for like $190, $200. DK Oldies 2.0. Dang, I didn't realize how much this guy was hated on. These comments are brutal. Man, when I first subbed to this guy, he was always talked about in high regard. Haven't really watched any of his videos for some years now, and it's staggering how many people here are straight up trashing him now. The fall off is real, man. Never forget where you come from. Exactly, dude. Honestly, you are what's wrong with collecting games. Yep. I don't know if a game store that sells Amazon prices is going to succeed. It's definitely not. 100%. It's not going to. And then this dude says he won't have to pay Amazon fees so he can sell much lower than Amazon. Yeah, get fucking real. True, but he won't. Now it's called overhead. He has overhead now, little bro. He's going to have a lot more overhead now. Finally, the beginning of your downfall. You're going to let people haggle with you like you do at every game store? Hopefully your store prices are better than your Amazon prices. We know damn well he won't take cheap games in tubs. The real question is, if a game sells on Amazon for $70 and only $50 in store, are you going to put desirable titles in store? That's exactly what I was saying. That's not going to happen, dude. The store is a front. Like, literally a storefront. Bro set himself up. Review bombs are for sure going to see bro. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's happening. 100%. This shit is getting shit on. Double shit. Triple shit. All the shit in the fucking county. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate you so much for watching. Let me know below what you guys think about this, and I'll catch you in the next video.